Hey friends! In this video I want to share with you how I drew this illustration of these teeny tiny animals preparing for a celebration. If you're new here, my name is Zinja. I'm an illustrator from Germany and I create teeny tiny worlds of teeny tiny animals with big eyes and whimsical illustrations, cozy scenes. That's what I love to do. I've already worked on a couple of children's books, so this is mostly what I like to do, but this illustration, for example, is for a greeting card for my Etsy shop. So let's get into the video. First of all, I start with the sketch. For this illustration, I had a rough idea what I wanted. I wanted two animals holding some kind of banner or garland. And as I was really into drawing bees, I started with a bee and thought about other animals I wanted to add. A caterpillar came to mind, and a tiny butterfly, and the third animal was supposed to be a ladybug, which proved to be quite difficult. As you can see, like I didn't know what kind of pose to do to make him look as cute as possible. But I ended up with this pose. The actual illustration part goes by like really fast, not just because it's time-lapse, but usually these kind of illustrations are fairly fast for me. I do nothing but add the color of the animal and then the details, some shading, some lights, and that's basically it for the illustration. With the bees, I've been drawing bees a lot, so it was fairly quick. The butterfly took me a while because I didn't know how to color it and how to create the wings and what kind of pattern to use for the wings. And yeah, I ended up with this brown yellow color scheme and I really enjoyed it. And of course adding pink cheeks to them. And they're holding a garland with lots of colors. Those colors like repeat in the animals, like the yellow is the yellow from the bee and the wings from the butterfly. The green is from the caterpillar, which was the fastest to draw. It was living in my head rent-free for a while now, and I finally got to illustrate it. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like to draw caterpillars because they are not that hard. They basically just beads and a head. And yeah, I love to give him a little pattern and a little bow. And his ladybug friend was fairly easy as well, very quick. I gave him a little hat to make him even more cute and shy and sweet. Yeah, and adding lights to actually make it pop a lot more. And when I was finished with that, I noticed that the illustration was lacking something, and so I added a lot of greenery, as I love to do. The greens are similar greens to the one from the caterpillar. I add plants where there's space and like empty room on the illustration where it feels like there's something lacking for it to be equal on all sides. I can't really explain why I'm doing it. It's just a feeling, and I think that's the easiest way to approach an illustration like that, is just to go with your gut feeling. If you feel like there's something missing, add something. If you're not, if you think it's finished, it's finished. That's how I approach it. Like, I've never learned to illustrate, so I don't know any kind of like I have no basic rules, but I just love to do whatever I want to. And I think the illustration really came together with the background and the leaves and the greenery, and now it actually looks like they're preparing for a celebration, and it like makes me wonder where they're going or what they are celebrating. And it feels like you are one of the guests that arrived early. That's like my feeling when I looked at it when it was finished. It's really, really cool, like a surprise party, and you are the one to be surprised. I really enjoyed this illustration. So that's basically how I did it. It was a very, very fast illustration to do. The illustration took me about 3 hours to do, which now seems longer than it does in this video, but I took breaks and I tried different things and then looked up references on the go. And yeah, and the posing of the ladybug like took most of the time in preparing the illustration. The colors are colors I usually use anyway, like those beige tones and creams, and the greens are like I have a color palette full of greens that I love to use and go well together, and as well as the same with browns and yellows, and I have a color palette where those colors are already together, so I can easily use them without worrying if they fit. Yeah. I really enjoy this illustration, and this will be a postcard print or a greeting card for my upcoming shop update. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And I hope you enjoyed this teeny video of me rambling about what I do without actually really knowing what I'm doing. Yeah. Talk to you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.